So here we are with Season 3, Episode 4 of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Last episode, Catra was starting to have fun for like the first time in her life after Adora left her anyways, and it felt like Scorpia was making some progress for Catra, but ultimately, the moment Catra sees Adora again, everything just goes the heck. After finding out the truth, aka Shadow Weaver leaving Catra for Adora, which again, you know, it's not really leaving if she didn't care about you at all. But I get it, you know, Catra had some sort of care, even if she didn't want to, for Shadow Weaver. But after learning that truth, Catra decides that it's better for the world to burn down. What a tsundere. I'm also expecting Huntara to get Glimmer and Bo to wake up so then they can go and get Adora and all that. That being said, I'm wondering if Catra will take Adora with her, if like they're planning on getting the sword and all that, but consider that Catra really only needs her key, unless they need somebody who is a first one to activate it. Yeah, honestly, you should just bring Adora for safety measures anyways. Alright. We'll just have to see what's going to happen in this episode. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access in the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. Oh, all the princesses are trying to find... Oh! Oh. Okay, so...
Is this like some new She-Ra form?
A new She-Ra form.
We don't have time to get into it. We need to...
Okay, so they're already in the fright zone.
That's a relief, because Catra kidnapped Adora.
Horde has Adora?
Again!
I don't understand. So there's no time to wait.
There's no time to explanation.
So now!
Uh-oh.
Glimmer, outside. Now!
Damn, dude. Oh yeah, they did say, I don't think they said that they had permission to go to the Crimson Wastes, right? I mean, it's just a dangerous place. Was that what they said? Was that the detail? I can't remember. If that's the case, then like it makes sense why Angella is just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Glimmer, no time to explain. We need to go right now, right now, right now. Alright, we're back at the fright zone. Look at this man.
Maybe my best work yet?
Look at him, he can do a lot of work now. Oh, still.
I have never been in a tizzy.
You're always in a tizzy.
We still haven't figured out the missing piece that'll let us cut through the planet.
Hold on.
Only need to open a portal for a short time.
For what?
Long
For...
enough to send a signal through to
Ah.
opening a portal from his side.
Why would he open it?
To go with them.
Oh, we're just gonna lose another friend. Jesus Christ, I could have hit Adora.
Back to see me again?
Oh, you have a whip now? She-Ra's sword is first one's tech, maybe the most powerful.
But Entrapta doesn't want to.
This was the key that we needed.
Uh-oh.
I guess I should figure out how.
Yeah, but Entrapta doesn't want him to leave yet. Got a new friend and all that.
We're wasting too much time.
Y'all just out here watching an argument between family.
What? How are you going to get in?
Now you're gonna lose another princess, like Entrapta.
I won't lose anyone else. Rushing in? The rebellion hadn't made a move in years. You need me.
I need you to be a leader, and that means not running off.
You have to take responsibility for others.
You know what? We should be talking to her. She knows the Horde.
Oh, Shadow Weaver.
We have to do something. You would see that if you weren't totally paralyzed by fear.
Damn, you know that stinger really fucking hurt her.
I am your queen.
Uh-oh, she's using the queen status. Uh-oh.
Someone else. Either come up with a reasonable plan, Commander Glimmer, or stay out of the way.
I mean, she is right. Like, you can't rush in. Like, what happened last time? I mean, is that what your dad did? And then that's what got him killed?
Must she be here?
It's just...
Question.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm not sure if we just need the sword or if we need She-Ra too.
Is she scratching herself?
To know, would you?
No, and even if I did,
Adora, you wouldn't happen to know. That's the first time I saw Entrapta actually taken away.
you lied to me my whole life about the
princesses about Etheria?
Could not have lied to you about who you are, because I have never known nor cared about someone as inconsequential as you.
You know, that's the same thing I say about Shadow Weaver with Catra. Oh, just when y'all just making good progress about being friends. Now this man, all he thinks about is, gotta get that portal open. Damn, dude, this sword's... Oh, it just goes right... It just magnetizes itself right there.
Bad idea.
It's a great idea. Okay, it's terrible. But what choice do we have?
Come up with a plan?
And Shadow Weaver would know all about the Fright Zone's weak points. Let's at least talk to her.
Princess, it's about time.
Hey, yo, she's just here with a fucking couch?
You're smart. You want to stop
The Horde. You're willing to do anything.
The Alliance will never get there in time, but perhaps
Oh? If you give me your power?
let me out teleport right into the heart of the Fright Zone.
I mean, did she sort of do that? Back in the Fright Zone?
I'm nowhere near strong enough.
But I can make you
Oh my god, just like the way that he does.
the only sorceress who will allow me to access your connection to the Moonstone.
Ah, and then
Enhance your power.
and she's gonna take your power to, she can parrot. Oh no.
You can really make me that powerful?
You think of yourself only as a princess, but you're the child of a great sorcerer. You have a more powerful connection to magic.
Uh-oh. This is something that her mom always kept her out.
Let me show you.
See, look.
Use Glimmer's power to escape.
I mean,
Want to destroy
that too. Why not both?
Hordak can't
Where
open.
it's an urgent mission.
You'll never have another opportunity. You know that.
I mean, what other option does she have right now? Like, they are close to. Uh-oh. Well, back in the darkness she goes. Bo's just face palming.
Any minute now, Hordak's going to open a portal, and I'll be the reason the Horde defeats the princess.
No, he's gonna take credit.
I can't! Oh, what's taking Hordak so long?
Entrapta,
Oh?
we never meant to leave you behind.
Oh?
Thought you were dead.
But Catra said you abandoned me.
Catra would say anything that helps her get
Puts on a mask to hide herself.
Catra is my friend, I think.
She could be your friend.
Nana says she is.
Oh my god, she has like... What is this, The Sims?
Oh, but I can! Did you miss the whole sword makes the portal machine work? I really don't have time to explain.
You have to hit. You don't... Well, I mean, she doesn't know. Like, you don't want Hordak gone, do you? But she doesn't know. Again,
Galaxies, things we can't even imagine.
she can go much further.
Listen, the last She-Ra made it so we could never open another portal. Trying could destroy everything.
Oh yeah, the dire consequences and all that.
Maybe I should run more tests.
Spend more time.
You won't try to escape if I just pop out for a quick sec, will you?
Definitely. Yeah.
No? Okay, great.
I mean, it's a pretty fucking hefty lock, not gonna lie. Oh, here's Perfuma. Oh, and Mermista and Frosta.
Don't try to stop us. This is the only way to save Adora. We're not trying to stop you. We
The
want
princesses, they're coming back.
I won't.
You will. We're calling the shots here.
Yeah.
Gonna have to make that thing bigger. Weird, scary lady.
Oh, Angela, yet again. She's gone. Don't look outside the tower where the runestone is. Shadow Weaver's gone. Oh, we actually see her fly, my god. No, we have seen her fly. Yeah, so when she gets to the runestone, doesn't he? Off they go to the Fright Zone.
Not far. Stay behind me. try to be quiet?
Oh. They're just like, oh, it's the princesses. Emergency, please.
Lonnie, why did you pull... Shadow Weaver?
Uh-oh.
I heard you were with the enemy. But are you actually holding
Well, she needs her powers, so.
right now?
I got a whip now. Let's fucking go. Damn, dude, what a shot to hit, like, the whip. Just destroyed her fucking whip.
I can help you. I can offer you a way out.
So what? You're on the side of good now?
No.
You made
She's on her own side.
and
You get to be...
the good guy.
Oh.
Know what happened to me after you escaped? Do you even care? You couldn't wait to get away from here, but you came back for Adora.
Don't make me destroy you too.
Oh, I'm going to make sure you win. We're going to open that portal, and then there will be nothing left of you or the princesses.
Y'all can't hurt me anymore if you just die. Alright, too much.
You can't fight them, they're too strong.
First second, I was just like, I don't know, it looked like a good opportunity.
Yeah, you've been so busy with Hordak lately and Catra. I mean, she's got her new friends.
Oh, she's got a new friends. Oh, there's just a fire spot right there. Oh, another one. Oh, no, oh, no, the whole world on fire. She's playing a simulator game.
I understand. I'm
No. Just more explosions.
If we open a portal, the anomalies will be catastrophic.
The anomalies.
It'll unhinge time and space, creating a warped reality that will collapse in on itself, erasing us from existence.
Damn, it's pretty sick. I think Catra would want that.
Catra.
Wow.
Why aren't you in Hordak's lab? There's no time. We need to fire up the portal machine.
We can't.
Opening a portal right now will be disastrous.
Alright, so...
It's going to collapse and take us all with it. Adora was right.
Adora
Is right. Ah, dude. Catra's just triggered all over the spot.
Adora gets everything she wants.
Unlike me.
We are opening that portal now.
No! I won't! I need to tell Hordak. He'll understand.
Ooh.
Get her out of here.
What do you want me to do with her?
I don't care. Just get rid of her. Put her on the transport to Beast Island.
But Beast Island? You can't.
Yeah, she's the one who fucking saved you from Beast Island. Come on now. Damn, dude. She is pushing everybody. Well, we gotta go save Entrapta now. I was going to say for Scorpia, you know, sometimes for Scorpia. Oh my god. It's fucking swooping season.
The princesses are here. There's no time to waste. We need to open the portal.
Where's Entrapta? I need her.
Who do you think let the princesses in?
Wow, throwing Entrapta. No! Hordax's friendship with Entrapta, no!
She wouldn't.
She wouldn't.
Did you really think she was on our side? Oh, you can't trust anyone.
Oh, Catra's pulling the moves. Pulling a strings out here.
Forget about them. Pull the switch.
Damn, they just fucking shot her right in the face. My god. Pull it, Catra, let's go! It's the only... We're doing it! The moment of truth, huh? Oh, it just ends like that? Okay. I was wondering, I'm just like, we're like at the 20-minute mark. Alright. Well, the portal's open. I'm assuming the planet's not going to implode and you know, fucking die or whatever, considering we've got like 2 more seasons. Although ironically, that would be, well, not ironically, that would be very funny if they were on another planet. But that would make sense because this is Etheria and all that, so. Okay. Okay, wow, a lot of stuff happened in this episode. I need to refresh and all of this, and we will be right back to the center. Oh, that reminds me, Huntara was there, and then they just like, whatever, she's not gonna be... This is a princess-only mission. Where the fuck was Huntara? What the fuck? I just realized. You know, I'm starting to wonder, what is this pose in particular? Because, like, Angella does it, Shadow Weaver does it, Castaspella does it as well. I don't know, is this just the image of a, I was gonna say a summoner, but a mage or something? I don't know. Okay, let's see what this data is. This makes no sense. How do you know what these bars are for, Entrapta? I mean, I guess these bars and grabs are made for her, so she knows exactly what it is. But, like, you know, we've got... Who is this supposed to be? Glimmer? Or, I think Bo might be right there, too. Now that I think about it, I guess this is their side, and this is just low stats. And then Catra got, like, this big stat over here. I don't know what's going on there, but damn, dude, Scorpia's high on the... high on everything. What the fuck is this? Hold on. What is that shoe? Hold on. What's that Mermista shoe? Was that a kraken on her shoe? Yeah, that is a kraken on her shoe. What a face on Mermista, dude. You know, I really felt that Mermista, they drew her this whole episode as, like, very smiley, and I'm just gonna be like, I've just been thinking in my head, I'm just like, that's not Mermista, but I don't know, maybe she has just been having a really great time, you know? Alright, so that was Season 3, Episode 4 of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I keep wanting to say the Princesses of Time in my head every time, but it's the Princesses of Power. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty great episode. Wow, a lot of Lost happened in this episode, dude. Whether it's from Glimmer and Angella, or it's Catra. I mean, Catra has just constantly been on the L's, you know? Or if it's even somebody like Scorpia, or most of all, Entrapta, who has just literally not literally lost everything. Although, you know, if they scrap Emily, that's gonna be, I'm gonna be really upset if that happens, alright? Emily better be alive by the end of all this. But, you know, Entrapta has now lost Hordak, even though she hasn't figured that one out yet. And she's most definitely has lost Catra as well. And then if she gets sent to Beast Island or something, honestly, the whole thing with Beast Island and Entrapta, I think she'll be fine. Honestly, I think she'll be fine on Beast Island if they do send her before, you know, the princesses intercept. I said that in the beginning of this episode, where I was just like, maybe Glimmer, Huntara, and Bo will intercept them before, or before they go back to the Fright Zone, but no, that didn't happen. So, you know, I'm just gonna assume that, like, that Entrapta got sent to Beast Island next episode. But I've got a few things I want to talk about. The first one is, where the hell is Huntara? Might be over here, because it's gonna be, well, whatever, I'm gonna point out both sides. Where the hell is Huntara, dude? Like, I keep thinking, ever since they fucking introduced her, I keep thinking that she's gonna be doing something. And then she barely gets any screen time, and I'm just like, okay, I guess that's cool. I mean, she's got the screen time that she wanted in her introduction and all that, you know? It's kind of like Spinerella and Netosssa, honestly. Like, where the hell were those girls? Like, we had the Princess Alliance coming up and all that, you know? They come into with the rescue mission, and I wrote my notes, like, the princesses, except for Spinerella and Netosssa, joins the rescue mission. Then again, you know, maybe Spinerella and Netosssa are just much better at the home base, you know? Maybe they're, like, much more of, like, the defenders, the goalies, and all that, you know? So they don't want to go over to the enemy side, because that's not their specialty, which would totally make sense if that was the case. But, you know, we still got 2 more seasons, so I'm assuming that we're going to see, hopefully, actually, Spinerella and Netosssa make, like, have an episode, at the very least. I don't know. Nobody says anything, alright? Okay, so wanted to talk about Glimmer and Angella first, and then we'll talk about Entrapta, and then we're gonna go to Catra, although I feel like I don't really have anything too much else to say about Catra, other than the fact that, you know, she's lost everything. And for a person who has lost everything, they're willing to do anything. So That's again, that's the most dangerous, especially if she's like a tsundere and all that. Tsunderes are there at their most dangerous. As I've said before, out of all the types, I feel like tsunderes are the one who's most willing to burn the fucking world out. Okay, anyways, here we are with Glimmer and Angella. We have yet another argument between Glimmer and Angella, where Angella wants her to not to per se stay home, right? It's that in terms of like their growth with Angella is that she's willing to let Glimmer go out, but she doesn't like that Glimmer is so gung-ho, right? Like she crashed into the war room, right? And she just starts talking about how, like, they need to go to the fright zone immediately. And Angella kind of says, like, the world doesn't stop here. That doesn't stop just because you are here. Angela's just like, you're not the main character, all right? Angela's trying to get Glimmer to talk to her, try to explain what the fuck's going on. Why do they need to go to the fright zone? Why is Adora in the fright zone? What the hell happened? And Glimmer, again, she's in a rush. She's like, we need to go. We need to go right now. And so that's when Angela told her to GDFO and we're gonna talk outside. And of course, Angella is afraid of losing another person, right? They lost Entrapta, but they lost Adora now. And if they just, if Glimmer just goes into the fright zone without any particular plans, then she might just end up losing Glimmer as well. And that's gonna be like, that's gonna be really bad for Angella, especially she lost her husband. And if she's gonna lose her daughter too, that's not, that's not cool. But it kind of makes me think about episode 4 of season 2. I think it was episode 4, right? It was the D&D episode with Adora feeling like she needs to have a perfect plan, and they couldn't execute the plan until they figure it out, or at least until Adora was satisfied with said plan. And as Glimmer said to Adora, right, you can either live in fear for the rest of your life, or you can roll with the punches. And here she tells Angella exactly that, right? You're too paralyzed by fear to do anything, all right? When I started doing something against what you wanted, that was the first time the Princess Alliance has moved in years. The rebellion has moved in years. But you are too afraid. But I wrote in my notes, right? I wrote that Angela's too hesitant while Glimmer is too gung-ho. And when you're both on the opposite ends, it's of the extremes, it's you can definitely see why, you can see both sides and why they disagree with one another. But I'm really much more of a person who's just like, why can't we just meet in the middle? But also, this was kind of an urgent situation. They did get the sword and all that, so like I understand it was a very urgent situation, and Angella wasn't treating that with urgency, but instead she was too clouded by the idea of losing her daughter. And I believe around this time was when Glimmer mentions to Angella that, hey, we should talk to Shadow Weaver. She's the only person who knows the weak spot of the fright zone, right? She lived there for many years now, so, and if she's willing to help us and whatnot, we might as well try and take it. Angella doesn't want that, and Glimmer confronts her to say, why didn't you tell me the truth that Shadow Weaver was my dad's mentor? You never listen. I try to reach you to trust you. And then you want to talk about trust. Okay, so that's when Glimmer talks about Micah, her dad. How come you never told me that Shadow Weaver was dad's old teacher? So Angella backs up. Right? It was a long time ago. Is that all she says? You know what? We should be talking to her. Okay, so that's when she figures that they should talk to Shadow Weaver. But Angella didn't really, like, say anything. She's just like, it's a long time ago. It's like, okay, what kind of answer is that? But again, right? Angella is just filled with fear of losing people. And in case I didn't mention this, in terms of like the growth that Angella has, right? Instead of just outright saying you can't go because it's too dangerous, she's more willing to, hey, you need to make a reasonable plan so that we can go in there without, to minimize the casualties and all that. We can't just go in there without we can't just fucking rush in there. But again, I think I kind of just ended up talking about like the whole D&D episode, which still applies. So this takes Glimmer and Bo to Shadow Weaver, who just has a couch here, just chilling, dude. I mean, she did say, this is a prison. Yo, dude, this is such a nice fucking prison, dude. She's got such a nice soft couch, and she was like reading a book when Glimmer pops in. So fucking good. But here is Shadow Weaver throwing out honey words to Glimmer. I've just been so upset lately by these type of characters. Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. These type of characters, I typically don't like, you know, they're very manipulative and, you know, they're only out here for their own means. But there's just something about Shadow Weaver that makes me not hate her as a character. Because, like, oh, let me tell you, if we're talking about Yukine from Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, I fucking hate her, dude. I hate her with my whole fucking guts, dude. Ah, dude, it burns just thinking about her. But, like, Shadow Weaver? I don't know, I'm just like, oh, Shadow Weaver's fine. You know, she's done the crime, she should do the time and all that, but like, you know, definitely don't trust her with anything at all, but I don't know why, dude. Well, actually, I do know why. It's because of Shadow Weaver's voice. I do like Shadow Weaver's voice. When it comes to everybody's voices out there, for some reason, I really enjoy Shadow Weavers. That also reminds me, Shadow Weaver expected Glimmer to come in eventually. She just didn't expect that the reason why Glimmer came in was because Adora got kidnapped and now they're trying to open the portal. Right? And Shadow Weaver's just gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh my god! I guess that's more urgent than I realized. So she immediately makes the plan, right? Okay, that's urgent. And we need to get there immediately. How do we get there immediately? Your teleportation power, right? I'm the only mage, sorcerer, that can tap into a runestone. So, like, just give me access to your runestone, all right? And then I'll enhance your power and we can teleport right into the heart of the Fright Zone. Again, like, I was thinking initially when Shadow Weaver did that to Adora, right? Got Adora to come inside her cell, and then, god, dude, fucking security's absolutely laxed around here. Adora came in, and she did the same thing with Shadow Weaver, and I had thought that, oh, maybe Shadow Weaver's going to take the rune stone that is in the sword, you know, siphon power out of it. Although I wonder if, like, would that be too much power if she managed to do that? But she, for the most part, she helped Adora a little bit, you know, with her magic and all that. But again, I feel like that's just her doing her, you know, giving her honey words and whatever, even though Adora was like, I'm not gonna fall for you and whatever. Falls for it anyways. But again, I had thought that that's what she was going to do, because we know that she has, like, her power is kind of like a parasite. It sucks the power off of the runestone, and that's what she did with the Black Garnet, and now here she is doing that with this one that I currently don't know what the name of the gem is, but she got herself onto Glimmer's runestones. I was gonna say it's like a pearl, but an opal? No, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we saw Shadow Weaver starring up the whole thing. The princesses comes up, and by the princesses, I mean the three of them, you know? Perfuma, Mermista, and Frosta. God, I'm looking at their shoes right now. What is... I mean, she's got that high top boots right there. Sorry, high-rise shoes? No, high-rise shoe, sneakers. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna, before I embarrass myself with these shoes stuff. You know that whole thing that I said about Mermista being a little bit too smiley? I feel like she smiles a lot, so I'll take back my word on that. Anyways, the princesses join in on the mission, and we've got Angella, who is ready to come into Glimmer's room, you know, hopefully to apologize and all that, or at least to have a calmer talk instead of being angry and emotional and all that. But she sees that Glimmer's not here, you know, uh-oh, what's going on out here? And I believe after that, that's when she heads into Shadow Weaver, because she had an idea that she was going to go to Shadow Weaver. Sees that the whole thing is broken, and she realized, oh no, she's taking Shadow Weaver, right? So here is Shadow Weaver starting up her magical stuff. Also, I forgot to talk about that one thing with Shadow Weaver's honeyed words to Glimmer, right? She says, hey, you're the son of a great sorcerer, which Micah was, from what we saw back in the flashback episode. So she said that, and it reminds me that, you know, this is what she wanted to do with Micah, for the most part. Well, she wanted Micah to help her with a spell, but I'm not sure if she was going to siphon his power out, but I don't know. I don't think it's the same. But here she is using yet another family member. Glimmer takes Shadow Weaver's hand and they connect. This allows Shadow Weaver to use Glimmer's power. We're gonna see the consequences of this either by the end of the season or next season. So there's that. And we've got Angella, who is just flying on over, right? And we see Glimmer, who just looks back at her mother before she disappears. And that's it, you know? That feeling, that's the first-ish feeling of loss, and especially with the consequences that's going to happen with this, that comes afterwards. Again, because, like, What, you think Shadow Weavers is gonna fucking be chillin'? And if she is gonna be chillin', it's because she's waiting for her next move. You can't trust Shadow Weaver, alright? So, like, something's gonna happen with that. But also, it kind of makes me think about, like, this is going to put yet another strain on Glimmer and Angella's relationship. But the difference between Angella and Glimmer's relationship is that despite them fighting with each other, despite them not agreeing with one another, and all that, you know, getting on each other's nerves and whatnot, they still genuinely care and love each other. I wrote in my notes, right? I said that Angella will forgive Glimmer eventually. And like, that's the big difference, you know, between the people. Well, maybe I'm putting too much high hopes. But again, I'm not expecting her to like forgive Glimmer like right there and then. I don't know if she needs to be forgiven, actually. I think Angella needs to has to like apologize first. But apologizing for what? Apologizing for her fear, I suppose, you know, the paralysis that she's going through. But eventually, they'll make up. There you go. I think that's what I say. They will make up their relationship, unlike other people. And this takes us on over to the Fright Zone, with Adora being kidnapped and the sword thrown at the feet of Entrapta, I believe. Yes, I think it was Entrapta who got it. And, well, actually, even before all of this, Entrapta was talking with Hordak about how the portal, how it's not stable, and Hordak says all he really needs is the portal to be open for a short time, so then he can send a signal to Horde Prime, and then he'll come over here. To which I'm still over here like, why would he come over here specifically? Unless he has beef with the first ones, then like, I guess that makes sense. This planet has been hiding and all that, so I suppose, I guess. But if Horde Prime finds and he opens up a portal over here, then that means Hordak will have to leave, and Entrapta is feeling sad because like, oh no, I just made a friend and now they're going to leave again? You know, we know that Entrapta felt sad when Catra told her that the princesses had abandoned her. Right? She felt sad about that, and then she even felt sad about like Catra, where she's just like, I thought Catra was my friend, you know? Well, maybe she is still my friend. But then she did mention this to Hordak, where she's like, oh, I became friends with Catra, but now she doesn't talk to me. I was all like, damn, dude. But as Catra says, right, despite her failing, she keeps moving on, and I'm just going to expect that from her when she inevitably wakes up on Beast Island. I do like that we have a hesitant Entrapta, right, where she is so much in the pursuit of science that she was pretty much gung-ho about all of this portal technology, all enhancing the robots and all that. She didn't really care about like the consequences that the Horde has had, which is like fucking destroying the environment and all that. But, you know, in the end, she still does care about connections, and here in this in these moments, again, right, she's hesitating and she doesn't want to complete this. Instead, she's just like, oh, there's still so much more data we can collect. What's the rush? We'll just keep working on it until it's perfect. But at the same time, you know, she says imperfect is what makes things beautiful and whatnot. So I was like, I thought that was very fun. And I feel like Hordak probably would have agreed with that until Catra comes in with the sword and again tosses the sword to their feet and just like, yo, this is the key. You fucking put that key in there, the portal's gonna open. And that's it, right? Hordak realizes that this is the thing that they need to open, right? This is the key. He just goes right back. He reverts back to how he was before because, I mean, he can't be the way that he is with Entrapta with Horde Prime. That's a weakness. So we can't have that, even if Entrapta helps with his exoskeleton suits and all that. Like, we cannot have that, so he reverts back to his old self, and he just wants it done immediately. There's also this moment with Hordak when I believe he yells at Adora, right? That's him going into a bit of a shock from his stuff. She's been, like, using her hair to put her hand on his shoulder, you know, like, there, friend. I got you. And usually Hordak is fine with that. Well, I mean, in their current relationship until now with the sword, and he just again reverts back. Yeah, he whacks her and just like gets to work. And I wrote, this is the first time seeing Entrapta flinching at Hordak and Catra yelling at her, because usually when they're right in the beginning when she first meet with Hordak's all intimidating and like shouting at her and everything, and she just does not give two shits about him because science is on her mind. And the same thing kind of goes with Catra. Science is on her mind. So she doesn't really care all that much, but like here we're actually seeing her like, oh no, my actions have consequences. Adora is just telling Entrapta, you know, you don't want to do this. And then Hordak yells, and like Entrapta is shooketh by that, you know, like, oh my god. Very interesting. So Adora talks with Entrapta and apologizes for leaving her behind, you know, thought she was dead and all that. And she says that Catra can't be trusted, right? After Entrapta says, oh, Catra told me that you guys abandoned me. She will just lie to get what she wants, Adora says. And it's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. But at the same time, you know, she probably learned it from someone. I will say, I did not expect Entrapta's relationship with Hordak to be one of the causes on why she's hesitating on opening this portal in the first place. Well, she saw that there's like a lot of anomalies and like some issues with opening the portal, but then after hearing Adora talk about how it's gonna fucking, the planet's gonna blow up essentially, or worse, as Entrapta says, they're gonna like rip time and space and whatnot if they try to open a portal. But even before she figured that out, after doing all that research, right, again, it's Hordak, her relationship with Hordak that's making her hesitate. And I think that that's a very interesting thing. I will say for Entrapta, out of everybody, right, Entrapta's character has been the one that I've been really enjoying seeing where she was going to go. Because like, you know, the whole first season after, I'm just like, oh, well, I mean, she'll come back to the princesses eventually, but I just don't know when. And we're like in season 3 and she's like still here, and I'm just like, oh, you know, I've kind of just come and accepted it, right? And I know that I've mentioned at some point that it feels like she doesn't really put morals first. Not to say that she doesn't have it, because again, she still feels the things that everybody else feels. It's just, it's very different for her and the way she translates it, right? And then when they first introduced like the whole portal stuff and like Entrapta being so excited of like being able to expand and go beyond the universe and going to other planets and finding, you know, especially other planets that's much more scientific or whatever, right? When they did that whole thing, I'm just like, yeah, you know, the Horde at this point, they basically won for Entrapta. And actually, I did say the only thing that Bright Moon can offer her is friendship. But I guess the Horde technically already provided her some friendship there. But hey, in the end, it's going to be the power of friendship that's gonna win in the end, dude. So towards the end, with Entrapta realizing that opening this portal will have dire consequences, we have a Catra who just, goddamn, they just pushes Scorpia aside. She does not care, right? She does not care if this has big consequences or not. Entrapta, like, also, like, flinching a little bit, or at least, like, getting away from Catra. Again, very interesting for Entrapta. Again, right? She's been so focused on science and all that. But now, here, when we're at, like, the point where she's... I was gonna say, she's like a dog chasing a car. You know, she's getting close. She has finished chasing the car, and now she's just like, what should I do next? But unlike a dog who is very lost, you know, she has an idea on what to do next. But she's hesitating on it. And with her doing all this, listening to Adora's words, she came to realize that they can't fire up the machine, and that it's gonna collapse and take us all with it. Adora was right, and dude, fucking Catra fucking hears that, she's just like, this is some bullshit right now. Catra's tired of all this shit. Adora's right. Ooh, I don't give a fuck about whether Adora's right or not. And you know she's losing it when a piece of her hair has gone off her headdress. Ooh, why yada. So Catra knocks out Entrapta with the little taser thing, and I really enjoy that Catra's just over here fucking heavy breathing and all that. She's just committed a crime against a person who, you know, could kind of consider her a friend and whatnot. But hey, it always gets easier the more you do it, am I right, Catra? I mean, she certainly picked it up when she got to Hordak and all that. As she shooketh, you know? I love that she just yells, get her out of here! What do you want me to do with her? Send her to Beast Island! Let's fucking go, dude. Like, I don't care. Just get rid of her. Goddamn, dude. And I'm just like, wow, that sucks. Like, Entrapta just lost her friend Catra right there, because Catra literally just shocked her from behind. And real friends, alright? They stab in the front. That's how you know. So Catra goes to Hordak to tell her to open up the portal, and Hordak is just over here like, I need Entrapta. Very fun, dude. But here is Catra, who just lies, you know? This is a great opportunity. Who do you think let the princesses in? Of course it's Entrapta. Duh, she's a princess. You can't trust her. Princess will lie to get whatever they want. Right? And I just love that Hordak's just over here like, oh, oh my god, Entrapta betrayed me? This guy, he's so angry, and he's just like, but she wouldn't, right? She wouldn't betray me. Again, Catra does the whole princesses stuff, right? You can't trust anyone. Catra's the one who's pulling the strings over here. I mean, Catra did realize, right, last episode, that Hordak's just a fucking shut-in in his lab all fucking day. What the fuck does he know, right? Especially a princess. And so she stares back at Adora. They'll just use you to get what they want, because so this is her projecting. And also just thinking about Adora, because, you know, Adora always gets what she wants. And it sucks. Well, you know what, Catra? I think Adora would get what she wants in the end, because, again, the power of friendship is just too powerful. Come on, Catra, don't you hear the opening of this series? We're gonna win in the end. Come on, Catra. I feel like I don't really have too much else to talk about for Catra, other than, you know, she lost it all. It's time to make them suffer. Honestly, that's it. Although there's a little bit that I forgot to write about for Scorpia, but here is Scorpia, who, again, felt like she did a lot of progress in the last episode. I mean, a big progress for Catra, even, to be able to well, I don't know if she complimented Scorpia, but she said some nice words to Scorpia, alright? And, again, big progress, sees Adora, boom, all that progress is lost. Her hatred for Adora is way too much, alright? That, unfortunately, Scorpia's love cannot overwin. It's not enough. It's not enough, unfortunately. And before I forget this, the one thing that I thought about for Scorpia since last episode is that, you know, sometimes when you love somebody, you have to let them go. Or in this case, when you love somebody, you have to work for the other side because you know that person you love has gotten a little bit too far off the deep end and you need to stop them, you know? Like, and so I'm wondering if Scorpia will eventually get to that part, or if she's going to continue with what she said, right, in Season 2, Episode 5, is that she's willing to be there for Catra by the end of all of this, you know? She's, we'll really see. You know, this is also a moment of truth, honestly, to see if Scorpia is willing to be a ride or die or not, or if she's actually willing to, in Catra's terms, betray her in order to stop her from doing all of this fucking shit. Who knows? Who knows? But in terms of loss, Scorpia feels like she's lost Catra, because Catra now at this point is just, she has a one-track mind, which is, I'm gonna fucking destroy the world. Everybody betrayed me. I fed up with this world. So Catra sees Shadow Weaver, and the first thing that Shadow Weaver does, right, is hold Glimmer's hand because she needs that power because she knows that she's gonna have to fight Catra. But I did think it was very funny. I'm just like, hey, yo, y'all just out here holding hands in front of Catra? I mean, even Catra's just like, yo, are you actually holding hands with the enemy? What the fuck? Yo, Catra says this shit, but I know, Catra, you probably wish that was you. You probably wish Shadow Weaver was be holding your hands right now. No fighting. You can't stand a chance, especially when she's siphoning her power and all that. Okay, they did all this, like, teleportation stuff, right? And Catra eventually sees where they're teleporting, and so she caught Glimmer's hand. And so Shadow Weaver's just like, yeah, no thanks. She just breaks the fucking whip, to which I'm just like, oh man, she just got that whip. And now it's gone. No, just like tongue lasher. Oh no. God, dude, fucking Shadow Weaver's out here like shocking Catra, and she's just like, I can help you, Catra. Ooh. I can offer you a way out, which is like a similar thing that Adora does, right? Although Shadow Weaver is much more sinister. She has much more of a sinister plot than Adora would, but this is the same thing that Adora says. It's like, hey, you can come on over and join this side instead. Come and join this side that you've never been into before. We know how much you love change, Catra, don't you? But here is Catra saying, so what, you're on the side of good now? You made me this way, and you get to be the good guy? Damn. You know, and here, at least Catra comes to realize, or at least she's saying it out loud, that yes, she is the person who made you this way. And it sucks, but, you know, despite Catra acknowledging it, she's not gonna do anything to fight against it, because this is the place that she's most comfortable with. This is her story. She doesn't want to start a new story, a new chapter or anything. She'd rather relive all of this, even if it's painful and big suck, you know? It's comfortable here. Unfortunately. And I think Shadow Weaver fucking taking her up and just like getting ready to fucking wipe her out and all that. And also we have Catra having that moment of weakness again, right? Do you know what happened to me after you escape? To which this is the same thing as when Adora said to Hordak,
You took me from my world as a baby and you taught me all this bad stuff. You never showed my true identity. How could you?
and Hordak was just like,
How can I lie to you when I didn't even give a shit about who you were?
that's what I feel like this is this scene right here, except it's Catra talking to Shadow Weaver. And like, maybe Shadow Weaver has like some minimal care. That's why she's just like, yo, I'm here to wipe out Hordak. And so like, don't get in my way or else I'm gonna wipe you out too. But like, you know, that crumb of care, which honestly, Catra would probably pick up on. But it's that crumb of care. And also like, well, the reason why Catra would pick up on that is because she would want to cling on to it. Although right now she's kind of on a path of destruction, you know? If there's nobody who's out there hurting her, if those people are fucking gone, she doesn't have to suffer anymore. Logic! It's the only way! Do you even care? You couldn't wait to get away from here, from me. Well, I mean, you broke her mask, you took her position, and then you put her in jail. So like, come on now, Catra. Like, obviously she's gonna escape from jail. Again, right? She's too much in her own world, in her own mind, and everybody's always trying to fuck up her world. So, yeah, so she's all teary and says you came back for Adora, right? And Shadow Weaver doesn't answer that. She's just like, no, dude, I came here to stop Hordak. And like, I'm gonna stop you too if you keep getting my way. Shadow Weaver doesn't answer her. Don't make me destroy you too. Kind of like, almost like a crumb of care. But Catra ends up taking that chance and she's like, I'm gonna make sure that we win instead. And I guess Shadow Weaver's just like, okay, fuck you then. She's just about to fucking kill Catra out here, dude. Shadow Weaver says, don't make me destroy you too. Catra's like, alright, fucking bet. She's just ready to just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna make it slow and painful. Probably shouldn't do that. She would just snapped her head quickly. Would have solved a lot of problem. I'm just saying, look, I like Catra and all, but all I'm saying is that there are quicker methods that you can just easily do it. Maybe it doesn't have to take all that much mana. I'm just saying, all right, if it were for any other character, I would probably be like, you know, killing, it's probably a bad thing. But for Shadow Weaver, I just fucking, I'll give her tips on how to kill people faster any day. I do enjoy that Bo stopped this because Shadow Weaver was draining too much of Glimmer's magic, and once Catra's down, she had a pleading look almost, and here's Shadow Weaver just squinting her eyes at her. So Catra's like, you know what? Fuck you. She had a bit of tears, right? She's just like, I can't believe you're making me do this, but yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it. But she gets stopped by the goat girl, whose name I don't know, but she decided to stop them, right? You can't fight them. They're too strong. And they end up running all the way back to where Entrapta was. Again, right? She just fucking... Jesus Christ, dude. Just shove Scorpia to the side. You're just a side piece to me, Scorpia. Get out of here. Goddamn, dude. Again, Catra, very determined to open this portal. And indeed, she did open this portal towards the end. So she sees the lever, right? She goes to the lever, and we see Adora, who's just pleading to Catra. You know, Catra, please don't. I do love the lighting in this part, though. Wow. I love it. And then I love the expression on Adora's face. And then I just love Catra looking back at her, right? Seeing that expression. What a grimace, dude. That is a grimacing face right there. Catra just sees that, she smiles, and then she turns on the portal, and the portal opens, and I would presume, time and space collapse. I, unfortunately, got myself a bit of a spoiler on what Catra looks like, either in Season 4 or Season 5. So I kind of have, perhaps, an idea on, like, what's going to happen, but I'm not gonna say it. Unless it's wrong, you know. But, like, even if it's wrong, I don't want you guys to answer it. So, like, I'm not gonna say anything. All I know is that I know a specific spoiler on Catra's appearance because I saw it on the internet somewhere out there, so. But, again, I thought this was a great episode. Wow. Again, a lot of Lost happened. A lot of L's taken this whole episode, but I really want to watch the next episode, honestly, to see what's going to happen. But I'm gonna have to wait till next week. Ooh, that's gonna burn. But if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around. By the way, the description might not even be down below anymore. It might be like to the side or something, or to the side. I currently can't remember. Somewhere on these sides. If you got the new UI anyways. If you're on the old UI, it's at the bottom. Alright, anyways, I'm out of here. See you later.